Girl Boxing. It's your man Coltrane. Got my characters on the left and the right of me.
Sleep.
Ride or die.
Disgusted. Disgusted.
Big Mike.
Y'all know what it is. It's Sunday morning. The aftermath. I know the emails is flowing. I know y'all killing this. Kelly Pavlik just won. The catch weight 166. I don't know what was it. It's a non-title fight, but he remained his titles anyway. We got a lot of opinions on this fight, and we're gonna just jump right into it. Who wanna jump it off?
I'll spark it off. As y'all know, I always said in the previous tapes that, you know, my heart was with Jermaine Taylor, but I was picking Kelly Pavlik. Thought it was going to be a knockout. Early in the rounds, all of a sudden the lance came out. He was throwing the jab. I was shocked. I was shocked. It was like a lance. You know the lance. You know what I'm saying?
Pumping that jab. My boy got the jab. He got the jab again. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back.
Special guest commentator. What's up? Keep working that jab, Taylor. Keep working the jab.
The lead right hand is finding him. Jermaine, keep your hands up. Keep jabbing.
Jab came out.
He picked. Now, so repeat it again.
No, look, man. Let me be real with you, because this is going to get real interesting. I picked Kelly Pavlik, but I had Jermaine Taylor winning that fight. I had it 7 rounds, 4 rounds, 1 even. I was calling every round out. I was talking to my peoples, and somehow things got mixed up at the end. But we'll get into that. But the jab came out. The movement was real well. He was slipping Pavlik's jab, which wasn't allowing Pavlik to set up the overhand right. He never touched the ropes towards the end of the fight, but my man JT started fading, which he's been doing for most of his career, and he started getting touched, but he still never went to the corner with the hand down. Much respect to him for that. But I thought he built up a big enough lead to win the fight. So I was very shocked to see the huge, scorecards. And it didn't seem like Pavlik won. Pavlik knew he ain't win the fight because he whispered something in his ear, and you could tell.
Talk about what Jack Rose said.
They was panicking in the championship rounds, and he was like, "I'm all ears." They didn't have any solutions. He looked frustrated, so they knew they didn't even win that fight. So then they get to the scorecards, which was ridiculous. He whispered in Jermaine's ear as soon as they win, saying, "You know you won that fight, man." So that's
shout out to Dave Moretti. Oh, that's why he wasn't there tonight.
Yes, he was.
He was there. Moretti was there.
He's missed the 117.
Oh man!
Man, look,
go ahead, Doc.
I'm real disappointed in this fight. Like, this has been the biggest, most debated.
Why you look at me? Let me tell you.
He gave it the time.
Why you look at me?
It's no secret. I've been picking Jermaine Taylor for the past month. Ever since the rematch was made, I knew Jermaine Taylor was going to win this fight, and we talked about what the
jab and circle. Jab and circle. What we said in the barbershop.
He improved with his jab. He brought the jab back.
He did bring the jab back.
He improved his footwork. He improved his defense.
Slip game.
Slipping punches like Mike Tyson. I thought Customado was trading.
He was holding his hand and rolling with punches.
That's the baseball. Remember the baseball?
Oh, that was a racquetball. Corey Spinks tried to take a shot at that. It actually worked.
Corey's just trying to get a fight. Corey got to do what he got to do.
Shout out to the loop.
Shout out to Corey.
Shout out to the loop. When you take a power punch and hand away, one dimension.
Jermaine is fine. He's doing great.
Figure Jermaine out.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah, he was frustrated early on. He was frustrated. That's because the right hand factor.
But the thing with Jermaine that really killed me is the consistency issue, man.
Inconsistency.
Yeah.
Well, inconsistent.
Consistency on Pavlik's part, but inconsistent.
He had the boy hurt quite a few times.
The last round was Travis. You got to draw. What round was that?
I ID the stations. Come on, man. You not a cause grill.
3 rounds to 1.
I mean, Taylor.
In the jab category, 8 of 22.
And I think the fact that he gassed out in the second round.
I never saw him hurt.
I
saw strong shots, but I wouldn't say hurt.
Well,
maybe one
notably hurt in the 10th round, was it, when he got that body shot?
No, we're talking about
Pavlik.
Early in the fight,
I don't think he was hurt.
I wouldn't say hurt.
I say buzz. He was buzzed. Early on.
Early, I saw a shot that could have been borderline.
But you're saying Taylor never followed up with after a 1-2.
He didn't never know what could have been.
For a follow-up or a count.
The thing is, Jermaine had him gasping for air.
That's true.
You know, Kelly clogged up. They had the Q-tips all over his nostrils.
Wasn't his nose might have been broke.
Yo, it's your boy Don's going to Grill Boxing. Round 6 just ended. Your boy Kelly Pavlik's fatigue. Kelly Pavlik's fatigue. His nose looked like it might be a little broken. His nose broke. See, they failed to realize. Yeah, he got problem breathing, and that's something one of the dudes said last time on the first fight. They said, "Well, we're really hoping Kelly doesn't break his nose." So like that's an issue. Jermaine didn't really follow up on that, and that's my main issue, man. And anytime you have one fighter throwing 496 punches versus 845, whether he lands one
good point
300,
I don't agree with that.
Yo,
I'm not a counter box. No,
I'm not saying that warrants him getting a fight. I'm just saying you're gonna have a problem with the judging. You can't really look at the judging and say, "Well, I got robbed." You know, it's your fault. You should have been busier. And it was mad times where he could have really followed him, doubled up on the jab, came back in, but he just punched and was moved back. He didn't follow in. He didn't follow up with any kind of punches of consequence. And that's my main.
But what did Pavlik do though? Like. Far as like,
where did you have to fight?
That's what I'm basically what I'm getting.
Yeah, I want you to stick out.
I don't mean put you on the spot, Doc, but you being kind of diplomatic here. You know, we're not politicians. Shout out to Barack Obama, but you know what I mean. We being, you know.
Where did you have to fight? You got to slap your way out of that little.
I'm putting you on the spot, right? You on the hot seat, man.
I got the fight 115, 113, Jermaine.
All right, but okay.
Personally, it could have been a draw too, the way he took that 12 round.
Come on, Docs. Come on, man. Y'all watch me get my butt whipped in the barbershop all week fighting on him. Doc sat there and it's on tape and he knows it's on tape.
What I say?
You said Pavlik won the fight.
That's the brown juice talking shit.
It's on tape. It's on tape. You said Pavlik won the fight.
Well, I knew Pavlik was gonna win that fight, man. The way Jermaine looked in the 12
Who won the fight?
Jermaine won the fight.
He said he had a 115, 113.
Well, what I said was Pavlik was gonna win that fight.
By the way, it was white juice. Didn't have any brown juice.
I had brown juice.
You had the brown juice. That's why you confused.
Nobody's driving tonight, kids. We're all sitting right here at the studio.
I live around the block.
You know, we always said, you know, there's a little oxymoron. Jermaine Taylor is consistently inconsistent. You know, and I think that today, though, honestly, even though he lost on the scorecards, he won. It was a moral victory for him.
I think so. I don't let him finish.
You know why?
I agree with you.
You know why? Because a lot of people were saying that Jermaine Taylor doesn't listen.
Exactly.
All right.
Good point.
He was a bad boxer. Okay. He did everything right today. The only thing he
knocked
did
out.
wrong,
They said he was going to
get knocked out again. Oh, some people had him being knocked out in 2 rounds.
5th round. Shout out to Teddy Adams.
Right. But you know what he did? He boxed. He jabbed.
Did he behave like a fighter? Did he behave? Teddy, I'm sorry. I had to get your back, Teddy. Go ahead.
We love Teddy, but go ahead.
You know, he just did everything right to me. The only thing he did was that body shot slowed him down. But those scores...
But the score didn't matter anyway.
Right.
Right now, he like before they start slowing down.
He did.
He did. I admit that all the stuff I bashed him for, he totally corrected. But the one thing he didn't, he faded in that fight.
The conditioning is an issue
because he stopped jabbing.
Conditioning is an issue, and it ain't no excuses because he's fighting at the higher rate than
he fight at that same work rate he did in the beginning and the middle rounds. He should have had a clear-cut decision.
But I'm gonna tell you the impression I left with. The impression I left with was that Jermaine Taylor got a moral victory, but Pavlik's stock dropped, in my opinion. The first live boxer that get him Pavlik gets that goes away.
Well, you know he's gonna be fighting the John Dellys and the
I'm trying to figure out the whole moral victory issue, like. Everybody's saying, okay, he didn't get knocked out. He didn't.
Can I tell you why?
I'm not saying.
Like, no, I still think Jermaine could have won that fight.
Right, but I'm not saying that, you know, he should be happy he did. I'm not saying that he should be happy.
Okay,
I'm not saying he should be happy that he did get knocked out, or he should be happy that, you know, he didn't leave the ring on a stretcher. I'm just saying that everything that people say he couldn't do, he did in the fight. The only thing he didn't do was be more consistent in the, in the later rounds. You look at it, I was saying it's just a moral victory from the standpoint of everybody saying, oh, what is he going to do with this trainer, Ozell,
which I actually, other than the fatigue issues, from a boxing perspective, this is the best I've seen him look in his career. So, you know what I'm saying? I think in his career.
I think that's everything to do with the fact that he wasn't disrespected in the corner.
That's what I told Eddie. So sleep. better drop that. That's what I told Sleep. I said, listen. I said the fragility of Jermaine Teller, the psyche of Jermaine Teller. He needs to have his ego massage. He's one of these type of athletes. If you yell at him, he gonna go far left from you. And then the chemistry was never there with him in the main story.
Yeah, but
he's like a Bobby Knight type of coach. Everybody can't play for the coach.
What he said at the end of the fight, though?
What Manuel Stewart?
I listened to my corner.